His song moved forests and rivers, bent trees and tamed beasts. No one and nothing could stand still before the voice of Orpheus. Orpheus was born in Thrace, where the wind carried the scent of resin and wild herbs through the forests. The son of the muse Calliope and the river god Aegon, he inherited two elements, melody and depth. From early childhood, his fingers touched the strings so gently that even the morning mists stopped in their tracks to listen to his playing. And they say that when he first picked up his lyre, given to him by Apollo himself, the world fell silent for a moment, as if it heard something more than just sound in it. It was a voice capable of controlling not only people but also animals, trees, even stones. Orpheus's melody opened the door to a place where silence had long reigned. Young Orpheus quickly became a name that spread among the tribes like news of a miracle. His music healed the wounded, calmed the anger of warriors, and brought peace where only enmity had grown. When he played, wolves lay down beside shepherds, rivers changed their course to hear him better, and the rocky mountain peaks filled with echoes reminiscent of prayerful singing. He did not seek fame. It found him, for he spoke to the world in a language that even the gods could understand. In the shade of olive trees, where the evening air was thick with the scent of honey, Orpheus saw Eurydice, a nymph with eyes that sparkled like the surface of clear water. For him, the world became not only music, but also a heartbeat. Their love flared up quickly and brightly, like a torch that knows no fear of darkness. They wandered through forests where every leaf seemed to sing their names. The trees bent over them, and the wind whispered blessings. But fate, surrounded by silence, always listens to happiness and sometimes takes it away in an instant. Eurydice was running away from her pursuer when her foot stepped on a hidden snake. The bite struck her heart like lightning. She fell to the soft ground, and the forests trembled, as if realizing what had just happened to them. Orpheus's cry when he heard of her death was not the voice of a man. It was the torn sound of the universe. The forests fell silent. The sea became as smooth as polished stone. Even the gods felt the shadow of tragedy. Days and nights merged into endless pain for Orpheus. His music became as quiet as weeping. But a decision was born in him, to descend where no living person had ever set foot, into the realm of the dead. This path was not desperate, but inevitable. For love, which is stronger than death, seeks a way even through the abyss. Before him lay the Styx, a river that washes away memory, flowing outside of time. Charon appeared out of the mist, like a skeleton wrapped in ancient shadows. But when Orpheus touched the strings, even the ferryman of the dead, who knew no pity, trembled. The melody opened up ancient memories of life that he had not remembered for millennia, and he allowed Orpheus to cross the river. In the realm of the dead, he walked through valleys of ghosts where thousands of souls reached out to the light of his music. Where no one spoke, his melody became the only voice of life. Even the Erinyes, the bloodthirsty goddesses of vengeance, stopped their furious dance and listened in silence. For Orpheus played not fear, but love. Hades' throne, cold as death itself, rose amid black marble. Beside him sat Persephone, spring light imprisoned in darkness. Orpheus played, and his song was a plea, a prayer, and a cry from the heart all at once. The gods of the Underworld felt for the first time what they had long lost, the pang of love. Persephone's tears moistened the dry earth. Hades raised his hand, not in anger but in hesitation. Hades gave Orpheus a chance. Eurydice would follow him back, but he was not allowed to look back until he had left the darkness. It was not a test of strength, but of faith. All he could hear was the sound of footsteps in the darkness and a quiet breath behind him, either the wind or his beloved. But the silence stretched on forever, and doubt crept into the hero's soul. Daylight broke on the edge of the world above him, and a moment, the shortest in history, became eternity. Orpheus looked back. Eurydice was there, reaching out her hand, her eyes shining with tenderness and forgiveness. But darkness took her away again. and this time, forever. Orpheus fell to his knees. No one heard his cry, not even the gods, for it was a pain that belonged only to man. Orpheus returned to the world of the living, but the world was no longer alive for him. His music became quiet, like the autumn wind touching dry branches. He wandered through the mountains, playing about the love he had lost, and even the birds sang along with him, as if trying to comfort him. Each note sounded not with despair, but with memory, great and pure. They say that when Orpheus died, the Muses gathered his lyre and lifted it up to the sky, where it became a constellation. And now, anyone who looks up at the night sky can see the strings of his story shining among the stars. Orpheus taught the world the greatest truths: that love is a force that transcends the boundaries of life and death, that art can move even a stone, and that even loss has its grandeur, for it testifies to the depth of feelings. His path is not a tragedy, but a reminder that the heart can go where no foot can tread.